All right, so let's look at the definition of a circle. A circle is the set of all points on a plane that are equal distance from a fixed point called the center. Fixed point meaning the same point. This is our center. The fixed distance from the centers, the fixed distance from the circle center to any point on the circle is called the radius. Okay, so from the circle to the center is called the radius. Doesn't matter, we can go at a diagonal. If we wanted to find the radius, we could look along the x-axis, the y-axis, but from the circle itself to its center, that is called the radius. So now let's look at the standard form of the equation of a line, which is the quantity of x minus h squared plus the quantity of y minus k squared equals to r squared, where h and k represents the center, and then r represents the radius. So we're going to do a couple of examples where, given that information, how do we graph it? And then also given that information, how could we write the equation? For example, it says write the equation, write the standard form of the equation of the circle with the given center and radius. So we have an example here of some information. The center is 0, 0, and the radius is 8. So to write the standard form of the equation of the circle, h is going to be 0, k is going to be 0. So we're saying here x minus 0 squared. We're going to substitute those values in for h, k, and r, 8 being the radius, plus r minus 0 squared is equal to 8 squared. Well, x minus 0 is x, so we have x squared plus y squared is equal to 64. So that is our equation. Let's do another example. We have a center that is negative 6, 8, and a radius that is 10. Negative 6 would be our h, 8 would be our k. So let's plug it into this formula. So you're saying here, x minus what's that, negative 6 squared. And we know that this is going to give us a positive, a minus, and a negative. Then we have plus y minus 8 squared is equal to 10 squared. So make sure you add this minus and negative, bring those together to make a positive. So we have our equation as x plus 6 squared plus y minus 8 squared is equal to 100. Let's do another example. C. We have here the center is 5, 2. The radius is the square root of 5. So we're saying x minus h is 5, k is 2, r is the square root of 5. So x minus 5 squared plus y minus 2 squared equals to the square root of 5 squared. Well, the left-hand side is already in the format of standard form, but the right-hand side, let's take the square root of 5. Not the square root of 5, but the square root of 5 squared. So we have x minus 5 squared plus y minus 2 squared. And remember, the square root, what negates the square root will be a power of 2, or what negates a power of 2 would be taking the square root. So this cancels out, and we're left with 5. So that is our equation written in standard form.